Alrighty, folks. It's been a while. We've got a vacant staged. Oh, that's a nice light. Really, really nice townhouse here that we want to, well, we're gonna capture. We're gonna do some photos, some video, and leave it at that. Figured I'd check back in with everybody. Just make a video because it's been a while. I will preface this just to get it out of the way. The reason I have been gone is because I have had a lot of health issues. I have had a large amount of back pain. I don't like these, that I can't get rid of. And I have been in and out of doctors, rheumatologists, PT, chiropractic, everything, and it's still not solved. And it's made it really hard to do my job and everything else. I'm always tired, I'm always exhausted, I'm always in pain. And so it's been a while. Today is a good day. I've been wanting to try and do something, but man, I've just been like, it's just like I said, it takes me a couple hours in the morning to get going, and then by that time I gotta go to work, or I gotta go do work, right? And then, what's that noise? It's a squeaky weird noise. There was a basement, locked door here on the last one. But yeah, there's just like, it's kind of hard to get going. It's kind of hard to keep going. And by the time I've done one or two shoots, I'm beat. And then I got to come back and I got to edit and I got to manage and do all the business stuff. And so it's been frustrating, to say the least. It's been very frustrating. So, yeah, I basically got diagnosed with ankylosing spondylitis. However, that diagnosis does not seem to be correct. I'm on a biologic for, a lot of people don't really care, but I'm on like a biologic for it that hasn't been really doing anything. And so, I don't know, it's been a really rough time since, I've been dealing with this since last summer, so 12 months ago, but like a lot milder than this. And then this kind of ramped up in the winter last year. And yeah, it's just been hard. So I do apologize. And I also don't want to like just make just make content to make content, right? Like I think one of my biggest complaints I have with a lot of people in this space, also, I'm gonna touch the microphone real fast. It's like, there, side saddle it. It's like hitting my chin. One of my big complaints with a lot of people in this space is they just make content to put something out, right? Like I love Nathan Cool and the stuff that he does, but a lot of the times he and other people, they just seem like they don't have anything to talk about. And so they're just like putting out these, AI optimized headlines, or like plugging something into ChatGPT just to talk about it, or they're like making something out of nothing, right? Like they're trying to push some weird agenda, and that's not who I am, and that's not what I want to do. I want to balance the stuff that I want to make with things that are relevant to you guys. And so for me, it's just been a mix of that along with a lot of the back pain because man, I don't have it in me to keep going most days. I just don't. We are getting set up here though, and we're going to do some photos, social media reel. Yeah, and that's about it on this one. There's a brochure, but we won't be doing that with you guys because I don't know why we would. Flash, and we're good to go. Many of you will probably remember last time I did one of these videos, I was like, I just point it here now because of this, that, and the other thing. I've actually spoken with my editors because I kept saying that like, oh, my editors don't really care. And that was because I kept getting like weird results with the flash. Oh, don't do it on the counter. never open one of these on the counter. They're slick because they have this here and it slides out. I've done that so many times and I made an ass of myself. But yeah, I kept getting weird results from my editors when I would use the orb here. And I don't know why, I just didn't like it and everything. But then I had a chat with them. I showed them, hey, this is how I would do it. This is how I like this and the other thing. And they listened. And I have not had a single issue with it since. So yeah, we are good. All right, so I think one of the things to remember in this one is that like this room is not a perfect square. So what I'm gonna try and do is, where we at here, we're gonna be good. I think we're gonna try and kind of get this wall in on it a little bit. Level it out. Make sure we are dead center there. We are. Fire it off. Yeah. One thing we have to be careful of on this window that I'm noticing is it has some haze on it. Also, it is a little bit darker because it's in the shade. So when I switch over, I'm gonna do this at 1/160th, and I'm gonna take this down to like an 1/8 power, and we will just kind of pop it like this. Now it will appear in that window. So what I do is I just kind of step into it here and I add a different frame. And my editors are good enough that they're gonna notice that and they'll take it out. But if you edit yourself, always get like an extra flash. I call them maintenance frames because you have to like, you know, maintain the quality of your images and sometimes you have to deal with that. Another great one here in the corner. I like to keep my histogram slightly under the middle. I found that works best for me and how I like to edit. I tend to, I don't know, like some people love to, I don't want to hit my camera here. Some people love to paint, like have a brighter image and make it paint it darker or blend it darker. Some people like to have a brighter image and then, or a darker image and then blend it brighter. I used to be the brighter image person, but I've kind of adopted both. And I think they have their situations. But again, these are gonna go to editors, so I'm not super worried about it. Okay, a little bit down on this one, fired off. We won't get this corner, and the reason why is because this corner has all that crap in it. I don't want to get my finger in it. But you can see like this corner, 4 seconds, has all of this junk in it. And I just don't, it's not worth it. I always try for my primaries, like this is a primary bedroom, I always try and get a maximum number of photos, but this is just not gonna be good. Because when we shoot it, we're gonna have to set everything above it, get really tight in the corner. We've got this guy that's gonna kind of be blocking it. It's just not gonna be a great shot. There's also not really an opportunity for a straight on in here because we're a little too close to the bed. Windows off center, blank wall. You know how it is. Here's our nice open closet. Now, this closet, you could do, it's wide enough. I do get a lot of door, but it's not bad. I think we'll do it. Do center. I like to quickly get my center. I always like to look straight down on the camera and use the front of the Nikon because it has like a line that goes across it and just try and get it close. It doesn't have to be perfect. We can make it perfect in post, but that's what I like to do. And step out of the way because there'll be a me-shaped shadow on the wall. We could close that to get that off there, but we are gonna pop a flash, which is gonna help us with the color, so not a big deal. Sometimes what I like to do with these is I will just put these through HDR in like Lightroom, and I won't even send these off so I don't have to pay for just like an empty closet. Unless it's like super nice, then I will. But for now, with this might be a little bit too bright. I don't know. No, pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, let's go here. Ugh. They have some shower grip tape down there that does not look great. There, a little below middle. Good. Now for this one, I am gonna close this just because it's directly on it. And this will get rid of, oh man, oh God. Gotta stop it from moving. This is gonna be such a pain in the ass. And it's also got the air conditioner. That did help a lot though. But that gets that blue off the wall back there. And it just makes it easier on you or on your editors. So always try and do that. I do have a light stand that I've been using. I believe it's Ulanzi, I can't remember. It's a Chinese brand that literally everyone is familiar with. That is lightweight, small footprint, but really stable, really tall, that I do want to do a video on because I think that it is a good, it's a good investment for this, for people who don't like to hold this, because I have, I don't want to say taught, but I have helped a few photographers, and one complaint that I constantly hear from them is how heavy using that 8400 is, which I don't think it is. Now granted, I come from a studio photography background, so maybe I'm just used to it, but like, I honestly do not think it is that heavy. And they like to use the 8200, which there is a video, I keep seeing it on TikTok, of this guy who's talking about doing real estate photography. And we're gonna close this door. And he talks about how much better the 8200 is and how much waste of money the 8400 and 8600 are. But what he neglects to say is, while at full power, the 8200 gets you within one stop of this at full power, two 8200s at full power still cannot output the same amount of light as this at full power. And that is where I like this thing, because I have always, everybody's different, I have always liked to have something that was way more powerful than I need, because that means the battery lasts longer, the low power flashes are better, and it also means that if I have a situation where I need something like that, like a very large basement or a very large room, I don't have to go around pop, 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 pop. I just have to do one or two and I'm done. And it makes it that much better. This is a tight laundry room. And it is orange. Wow, it's orange. It's okay though. I like that it's finished. Oh yeah, this is a pretty small guy, so this shouldn't take us too long, which is why I did it. But it is nicely staged. It's a very, very nicely staged. We will probably grab some detail stuff, like this is kind of cool here. I don't know. We'll kind of play with some stuff. Maybe we'll do some like a little more designy, interior designy kind of shots as we see them. It's one thing I did an architecture design shoot for a remodel company, and man, like, I love them. They're great to work with, but like that shoot just was like, I don't know. Sometimes you can't make it look like crazy nice, if that makes sense. Like you can't make it be something that it isn't. And it's very important to be able to recognize that, because like you can be paid to shoot something that is, I'm not gonna say junk, but like something that just isn't as nice as other things, and you still have to do a good job, and that doesn't mean you need to lower the price, because like it's not your fault. You know what? I don't like this curtain here. I feel like this can go back farther. Be very careful not to bonk it so it moves too much. Okay. Yeah, let's do that one more time as I kick that. That's one thing about these tiny rooms, man. Oh my gosh, they're such a pain in the ass. It's so hard to shoot these tiny rooms. Now we will only do 2 in here. See if this is gonna be bright enough. I think it will be. Oh yeah, it's more than bright enough. Heck yeah. We will come over here. Oofka. And we're only going to do these 2 angles. Typically, unless someone requests it. Oh God, I gotta sneeze. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm gonna try not to, but ain't gonna work. Oh, excuse me. Typically in these auxiliary bedrooms and offices, unless specifically asked for a lot of photos by an agent or someone, I'm not gonna go crazy in here. because they're an auxiliary bedroom. Show the window, show the closet. That's all you need. That does the job. See, this would be a good place, like if you could get in this closet here. I'm not going to, because hey, now I can't. Get like the, oh boy. Get like the camera down here, aimed this way. You could easily capture like this little window letting light in. And that's like when you're doing design stuff, that is the far more important thing to remember than the overall space. It's like this little picture here is a really cool design shot. I don't think, let me see. Let's just see if we can do something really quick. Now what we want to do is get it up tight as we can here. Now typically I'd be using my whatchamacallit. Hang on, we're gonna put it on its side. I'd be using my oh my lord, why can't I think right now? Cam Ranger. But we don't have that luxury at the moment, so here's what we're gonna try and do. And then let me put this at 24. 24 is typically your standard focal length. And I like that. It's really hard to do this correctly, but like something like that. Let's go a little higher, like right there. Okay, then we just gotta balance it. There. A little more. Right there. And then let's see where we want to go. Which way is it? Other way. I'm going the wrong way again. Let's see, right there. Okay, let's try this one. And we'll go with B. Underexpose it a little bit, just like that. Fire it off. And like this is what we're looking for in this shot. And what you want to do, we don't want to pop the flash from behind it. We want to take this. Let me see if I can actually, I can. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to turn it to flash. We are going to take it to like probably 1/80th. And I'm going to put it right here, just like this. Give me that. But what we're going to do, let me see how that looked. Oh man. Look pretty good, but what we're gonna do, we're gonna go outside and shoot through the window. And the reason why is because when you're doing shit like this, your whole point is to emphasize the natural light that's there. Whoop. All right, we're good. So what we'll do is walk over here, walk over to our window, and we will go like this. We'll go one, and we'll go here. Hopefully. There it goes. And then that will give us this beautiful soft light coming through the window that we can lightly paint in if we need to. For the photo. And that's gonna look super good. Let's see. Oh yeah. That's super cool. Yeah. I like that. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. And that helps us out. And that's just like a little way that if you're ever doing this stuff, you can add like a designy, architecture magazine, editorial kind of look to it. I know that's a lot of words, but everybody describes it differently. It's one thing you learn in this business is that literally everyone describes that type of photography differently. And you have to be good at knowing how to do it. But yeah, that's the way to do it. That's the way to get one. So what we'll do, go here, turn this guy down, fire it off. Now granted, one thing I will say you can do if you're gonna do that, I would turn these lights off. We don't need them on. They weren't in the frame, but like you can turn them off so you don't get weird color casting from them, which is one thing you're gonna get in that photo. You can't correct it, but why work harder? No, I'm not afraid of color casting. So many people are afraid of color casting, and I'm just not. It happens. Like these stale, completely white ceiling, like hard-edged white ceiling with, like in this one, if you saw it, you'd have like the ceiling be completely white, and then it's like color. It just looks like shit. I think that it looks terrible, and I would not do it. Let's see. No, looks dumb. All right, but we will do this one. Come on, my remote flipped over. Straight on, one here. I don't know if we'll see which side we do down there. Probably behind the chair. I don't know if we'll go over there because of the plant. That plant's a little tall. Might screw it up. So one here, boom, boom. Head over here. Like I said, I like that one. So what we'll probably do, I'll show you. The other thing to remember when you're doing stuff like this, like I said, is the color casting of the lights. Typically, like if we were going to shoot this here, which we are going to, I'm gonna move this chair, I'll get in there, we'll zoom in on it. But we're gonna turn this light off, we're gonna turn all the lights off, and we are going to have just the light coming this way. Then when I flash, I'm gonna stand back here and I'm gonna pop and pop, and then that way we have the light coming this way. Because it's a lot like landscape photography. There are very rare occasions that you want overhead. Overhead is generally the last resort when you're doing stuff like this. Because overhead lighting it looks like overhead lighting. Sometimes it does look good. There are appropriate times to do it, but by and large, overhead lighting is like for a basement where you have no natural light. We gotta go turn that light on down there. I just noticed it off in the entryway. But yeah, you want side lighting. So you want the subject to be intersected by the light coming from the side, or you want the light coming toward the camera, and then you would come in and you would block it out so you could help with glare and reflections, things like that. Rarely do you ever want it coming from overhead or behind the camera. Behind the camera is a sure way to make it feel like real estate, because they have different objectives. Real estate is about speed, efficiency, and showing overall what the space looks like. Because as much as that like design photo, the little interior design shot that I just took, the like editorial one we're gonna call it, is nice. I'm gonna crank the Soldier Boy a little bit here. Oop. It's nice. It is something that like that staging doesn't come with this house. It just doesn't. And it's nice to be able to do that, to practice it, to include little things like that, like we're going to, but it does not come with the house. And as nice as it is to do that, that doesn't sell a home. It just doesn't. Nobody knows where that is in the house. They're not gonna have that furniture. I was taught a very, very long time ago by an old boss who did this, that the one thing that sells a house more than anything, more than the pictures, more than the location. God, this is a terrible photo. We'll go right there just to kind of show the entryway, but I don't like this photo that much. It's doing too much. Is square footage. Square footage, the bigger that you can make it look, the bigger that it is, the bigger that it feels, the more of that square footage you can show, that is what sells, because square footage directly correlates to price. It just does. And that's what people care about. People care about how big it is, what they can fit in it, if it's gonna fit their furniture, if they're gonna have room for all of their kids, et cetera, et cetera. And so, as nice as it is to do that, it is better to show square footage. Now the other thing, and that's kind of like a when in doubt method, something else to think about too, that bothers me to no end, is I run into this company here that does real estate photography that just like, they'll just zoom in like this and take the picture. And it's like, but what are you zooming in on? It's not the back of some chairs, and then they'll do it in the kitchen and they'll zoom in on the faucet. And it's like, for what? It's not a nice faucet. It's a you know, it's a regular faucet it's a Moen from Home Depot. And I always like to do things with intention. We are in this mirror, so we are going to go this way and walk around the corner. I always like to do things with intention. There has to be a reason behind it, right? Like if you were gonna zoom here and say, again, your objective was to show the staging, well, none of that comes with it. Like you could zoom in here and kind of help show this backsplash that has some metal in it. If you're gonna zoom here, I would rather make a little vignette of the sink here. But it's like, people just zoom in because they're like, oh, we gotta have a zoom shot. It's like, no, you don't. You really don't. Do it with intention. Do it with purpose. Don't just do it to do it. It makes your work look sloppy and it doesn't add any value to it. Because again, that photo that I took, I'm probably not going to include it for her. We'll see how it turns out. But that photo is just because I thought it was nice. I like the light coming into it. I wanted to demonstrate it for you guys because that's what you need to look for in that kind of a situation, right? Like if you are shooting this and you're doing this, you're doing architecture, which is what a lot of people want to get into, you need to notice this stuff. You need to be able to say, oh, here's a good shot from here. Here's a good shot of this. And doing that in architecture is noticing all of the different, this is gonna be a huge pain in the ass, isn't it? I don't know if we're gonna see in here, I don't think so. Is noticing the light and being able to deal with it. So we're gonna do one on this guy here. And we are going to block light. Stay. And we are turning off all the other light in the house. And we are going to close these. Because I want to show you guys how you would do this if, oh my Lord, what is going on with this thing? There we go. Of course, oh, come on. So you see how we have this light coming in? That's what we're noticing. That's what we want to see when we're taking this picture. We have moved our chair. We are going to drop our camera because it doesn't always have to be level with our waist. We want to go into whatever millimeter we feel is the best. And now we're gonna try and center it in the frame, which is gonna be like right here. And then we're going to make sure we are nice and even. Do this. We're gonna go close these doors because I don't really want to turn the lights off on them. I'm going to leave this one open, but I'm gonna turn this off because I do kind of like the light in the hallway. Right? Like just this kind of like natural spilling in, it's the same color, everything like that. Okay. We are good. Yeah. So what we are going to do is adjust and make sure we are where we want to be. This is going to be a very long exposure. That is okay. We're going to fire it off. One more, or this may be the long one, but the reason I'm showing you this is because like this is what you need to recognize if you're gonna do this stuff. If you want to do design, interior design, staging, things like that. This guy here, leave this window open, leave that window open. This is what you would emphasize. Take the lights off. You want to take them off because we want one color of light. You could then turn them back on and do a separate frame to paint them in, but that's kind of what we're going for, right? Like that is what we're looking for. And it's about noticing how the light interacts with the scene as opposed to real estate where we just crank everything on. We want it as bright as possible. We want all the windows open. We want this. It's a very kind of opposite end of the spectrum. We have more than shot this, I think. Yes, we have, thank goodness. Okay, and what we're gonna do is turn it to C. We are going to go with 1/60th on this guy. And I'm at 1/2. I'm gonna turn this down to 1/4. And we are going to step back here and just give a couple pops. Right, so one here, one here, one here. And what that's doing is it's going to give us options for how we want to do it. We want to make this light look as big as possible. Let's just see. Oh yeah. I love that one. That one looks so, so good. I love the lines coming across it. Absolutely. That looks great. One thing I do want to do as well, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to pop it in here just to give us like a little bit of light in here. I just want to like give myself something in this hallway to fill and put in a little bit. Yeah, that's perfect. Oh yeah, I like that one. Nice and close. We can, oh yeah, that's good. Okay. Now all we have left is the kitchen. So let's get that done. And then that will be it for this video. What I will do then is I'll probably record another video of me actually doing the reel just to do it, but holy moly, in what world? These light switches don't make any sense. But yeah, that's kind of what we're looking for. And you see how soft this light is? I mean, right here could be another scene. There's so many different things you can play with and have fun with. And like a lot of that stuff too, that's what you can charge for, right? That is what you can charge, you know, a couple $1,000s for, is doing design and architecture stuff, because that's also really hard to edit. That's also a skill that not a lot of people have. And people would just pay a real estate photographer to do it, and it kind of looks like garbage, because what did you expect? They're a real estate photographer. Now, like I said, we'll get more into editing those photos later on, because I do want to do, now that I have it, that'd be a good video for you guys to see, yeah, what we're doing and why we're doing it. You know what I bet? Let's take a look here. How's our battery? We're on the last leg of this battery, which I figured. So we'll end it when we come in here, and then I'll swap and do everything else. I really need a new action camera. Man, spending $10,000 on medical bills this year, and just life in general and the cost of things right now. Whew, not fun. Not a fun time, so we'll get there. Thinking I'll probably go with a DJI. I don't know, I have so much DJI stuff that like, they had a real villain arc with me for a while. I hated DJI, I thought they were so cheap and just so crappy, and then now, DJI is like all I use for gimbals and drones. Okay. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, I don't think this entryway needs much. Let's go here, drop it. We do have a little breakfast nook. Like, this could be a cool shot, don't you think, right? Yeah. This right here is a great shot. Oh, I don't like the chair though. Let's move up. Okay, let's do that. Easy way to add a nice, less wide, ultra wide, zoomed in detail shot. Oh, I forgot my watch today. I just realized. Whoops. Let's put one down here just to get it out of the window. Is that gonna be good enough? Oh man, come on. Oh, buddy. Sometimes I forget to use the remote, and man, yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I like that. There. Let's crank that down to 1/125th. Okay. If I forget to use the remote and I accidentally hit the shutter button, dude, sometimes it like won't let me review it. It's hard to break. I'm used to pushing the shutter button because, man, I did that for, God, how many years? 7, 8 years. And then before that, I mean, I wasn't doing real estate, but like, whew. Well, that's gonna be a bad shot. That's okay. Boom. Yeah, it's just for that maintenance frame. All right, let's go here. A little bit left. Oh, I love me that 3-way head. Man, there's a Ben Rowe head I want so bad. It's like a 3-way and a ball head. Like it's beautiful. I want it for, it's like a shifting head too. Like you can shift it. Oh, dude. There's no way it's that long. It's way too bright in here. Yeah, good. What? Oh, never switched. Oop. And then we'll do one more back here, kind of like this. Ah. And then I'll do one from probably over here. And that'll be it. These kitchens are a little bit tough sometimes when they're like this. I like to show it without the refrigerator because they're just such a monolithic shape. I hate how they look. I just hate it. I think they're such a pain. Then we'll do one from that corner showing this. And then that'll be it. We'll do exteriors, but like you guys know how to do exteriors. No one needs to see that. Oop. And boom. And again, I pushed the shutter button on the camera. I do love this remote though. I do need to also talk about that. No, I think we'll do it like this. And I'm gonna step out. Watch, it's gonna be on flash. Oop. But this remote, this Velo FreeWave Micro for the Z8 with the 10-pin connector on it. Oh, this thing is amazing. It's so much better than any other one I've used. It's like, let's see, I don't really think that Nook, it is what it is. Okay, that is everything in here. The garage is full of stuff, so we're not gonna take a picture of it. I am going to grab the exteriors, then we will do the video reel, and then that's gonna be it. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for letting me ramble. Leave some comments down below. Let me know what you wanna see, what you want me to talk about. And we'll go from there. We got a lot of stuff done in this one. I hope everybody is doing well. Hope you had a wonderful summer as we kind of rocket towards the fall and head towards another year. I hope you guys are doing great. I'm trying. We'll get there. I'll keep you guys updated. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.